one's going to be really interesting. I'm wondering where we're going to play it. That is the next question on the docket. The map veto phase. So
the first two.
Where is it? It's coastline rank. We got Kafe still in there. We just played Kafe. Are we going to play Kafe?
Right.
Again?
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
We got Kafe again.
All right, 2 in a row.
Let's see if we're going to have 5 rounds on defense on each side again, or well, these teams have something else in store for us, Michael.
Well, the question that is going to enable, or the question that needs answering that will enable those 5 rounds on each side on defense is, will we have a Thatcher ban? Is there going to be a Thatcher ban? Will it be a Thatcher ban? There probably will be.
I would say, is the sky blue, but I don't know if we can get much blue sky in Katowice recently.
None. None at all.
It's gray. So is the sky gray?
I woke up in the morning, and it was gray.
What morning?
No, this morning, like in the AMs, it was gray, and then through noon to the afternoon, it was gray, and then it turned to night.
Yeah, just visibility kind of drops instead of sunlight and sky.
You know, there's actually been like days here where there's like 2 hours of sunlight or something crazy like that, because the sun, there's sun's out, but like it's blocked. You can't see it.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey, we're talking about weather. We should be talking about Siege and that Thatcher ban that we expect. Yeah. What do you expect, though, for the win?
Should be talking about whether or not this will be a biased one. And, yeah, there's a lot of bias in this one. Like, 79%.
I mean,
people were wrong in the last one.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see, what was it? 85% of people were wrong. Actually, 95% of people were wrong, because only 5% thought a draw would happen. 6% here, so...
Get the numbers up. Well, we didn't toss a coin yet, so we'll see what the almighty coin tells us later in the matchup. But yeah, this is what we've got. We'll be ready to head into game in just a second. It's Kafe Dostoyevsky. We talked about the Mute Mozzie combination for like ever last time.
I mean, there was no Mozzie being brought. It was really the Gridlock Nomad combo on that map, and that didn't even work very well for the attack.
No, they switched it up. They played it like 3 out of the 6 rounds, and then the other 3 they tried to play with something else. They brought in IQ.
Both teams brought Nomad Gridlock in the last match, and they were using it for a lot. But I don't know. Like there was a lot of switch up, sure, on the attacking side. The defense side was just the same thing all the time.
Pretty much.
There was some rotations. Sometimes smoke instead of Valkyrie. Sometimes Valkyrie instead of smoke. I mean, we'll see what happens here. Maybe we won't get a Thatcher ban. Maybe.
It's gone to his head.
It's possible. We could not have a Thatcher ban.
Is it?
Yeah, it is possible.
Just instantly click on the operator. You can't even do it. It just bans it on its own.
Auto ban. Yeah, the game just auto bans Thatcher. Thatcher is too powerful. He's got like a glitch or something, so they had to take him out of the game, like they did with Clash that one time.
I was so happy, like coming back and playing what is it, like 3 days ago? Like, oh wait a second, they reintroduced Clash. I was so happy that she wasn't even in there, and then suddenly she's like. Oh. And then in my first game, the other team bans it. I'm like, thank you. This is what we need.
I don't know. We're not in, so we don't know. We're still waiting for something. Don't know what.
They're here. Maybe someone.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah. Okay. Best out of 3.
Best out of 3. Okay. And then I guess your phase, and I'm team 1.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do this.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors. Wait. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot, man. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, I got 1, so team 1's up 1. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Team 1 wins! Yes! Oh, I predicted FaZe, so I guess I lose a point on that one.
That's probably a better way to tell how it would go. Who knows? We're making fun of all of this.
We'll see what happens. Everybody's saying they're ready in the chat, so we should be able to get into the match pretty soon here, guys. Again, it is going to be Kafe. We will have Team 1 starting on defense, so they will be the first to ban. FaZe will be starting on attack.
Yep. Of course, not the first time we've seen the map tonight. If you're watching the VOD, this is the second time. Highly recommend you go and watch that last game to learn how to not play attack on Kafe Dostoyevsky and how to deal with it. Plus, how to...
Oh.
Hello,
so that's going to be really interesting. We'll need a Valkyrie ban after that. We'll need an Echo ban after that.
Yes. Valkyrie ban.
Yeah, definitely Valkyrie. Probably Echo. But no matter what, that is going to be painful for the attack. Yeah. Thatcher's next, probably, maybe. And there he goes. Wah, wah, wah. It's the theme track to Thatcher's life.
Yeah. I like playing Thatcher. Poor man.
Poor guy. He's so useful.
Yeah.
The big thing, by the way, in case you're wondering, yeah, you need that Valkyrie ban. In case you're wondering, that is a direct response to the IQ ban, by the way. The reason why Thatcher gets banned is not necessarily because of how powerful he is. It's because of how many things he needs to counter.
True.
So much you need a Thatcher to get rid of, man. Like, so much. Okay, so this whole ban phase seems like they're yoinking parts of the game out. See, they're pulling on the cores. Just get it out of there. That's what it seems like. That's what we're looking at. Yeah,
no IQ means you have to ban the Valkyrie and the Echo subsequently. The IQ ban and the Echo ban went to Team 1. This is the team that banned them. They could have, of course, since they're starting on defense, kept the Echo in play and maybe gone for another ban, a Maestro or whatever they'd like. But in this case, they want to use the Maestro, and they know that they're going to have to face it anyways on the other side. But this is Amaru. I don't know if it happened yesterday in North America, but we haven't seen Amaru in play yet in Pro League.
It might be possible.
Leave it up to FaZe Clan to run this sort of play, knowing that this is a team that will break the rules every now and then. The rule that is the metagame.
Yeah, I mean, maybe FaZe will get away with a rush somewhere.
Are they going to rush A? I mean, that would make a lot of sense. That window that you can get up to,
cocktail
heaven,
balcony.
Basically, yeah, whatever teams, because some people call it heaven, some people call it.
See, that's the confusing thing is some people say new balcony is heaven. So and then when other people say cocktail balcony is heaven, I don't know which one's heaven now, and then hell would be underneath it, but we don't know which one it is because there's confusion. There's mass confusion on that. Everyone's gonna call out, what are you talking about, Kickstar? Obviously this one's heaven, and I'm gonna be like, well, what about this guy who says the other one's heaven? And I don't care. I really don't care. Cocktail balcony window.
Cocktail balcony window. Yeet yourself or yoink yourself as the Amaru up through that window when the time is right. You're doing work through there because that's such an important window to deal with players that are still set in the cocktail bar for the rest of the round.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of potential for sure for Amaru to be useful, and you can see that Astro's actually setting up for exactly what we were talking about. This is a setup strat. Mav is gonna nade, and the Maru's gonna follow it up with the repel in. You can see the pixel angle that Mav is setting up. This is gonna be awesome. I can't wait to
so much better already.
All right. So Mav setting up the nade. Yuna getting on repel. I wonder what Yuna's going to do. Maybe he's going to repel in right after the Amaru and go for the plant.
Maybe he's going to like stun.
So this is the nade. It's followed up by the Amaru. And then the plant goes in from Yuna. Amaru's in. The nade did cover. Here comes the planter. It's going to be Habana right after. Rayduct is going to be the player who needs to stop this, but it's going to be hard. He's got the Alda, which is a good tool to have here. I don't think you can plant on the balcony. Never seen it happen before. Never checked myself. The Alda pushes up to the balcony, but loses to Yuna. That's the most important thing. But at this point, it's already taken so much time for the attackers. Meanwhile, the attackers elsewhere are being felled. The rush into Hookah Balcony is stopped for the most part. Astro's still alive. Yuna's still alive, though, and that means there is possibility for a plant by the bar. Here it comes from Yuna. He's actually made it into Cocktail, and he's sticking that plant with Astro to cover. The rush is working out pretty well from FaZe. Lucid going to have to retake. He will get Mav on the white stairs, so that's good progress for the retake there for Lucid. It's not really enough to get the win. Falls throwing in the gas canisters. Both of these attackers are stuck in Cocktail. The question is, how much will T1 actually clear out these angles? There goes Astro. Shotgun in the hands of the smoke, and there goes Yuna as well. So a retake successful for Team 1. But I love the strat from FaZe.
Nice try. That was prepared.
Yeah.
That was premeditated. You change a few things in here where you're putting a bit more pressure through Cigar, and I can see this is actually working.
I just, that's such a clever strat from FaZe.
Yeah.
It's such a neat little strat. Okay, so they set up the nade.
Neat.
Yeah. Can we get some meat? No, but they set up the nade. They set up the Amaru. They timed it perfectly. The Habana right after. I gotta say, the one big downfall of that, I just don't think they were fast enough into Cocktail. They lingered too much on the balcony.
Yep.
If they had made it in quicker into the site, easily could have been a win there for FaZe.
I can definitely see that.
Of course, there was an Alda between them and the site, so not all it's not like FaZe didn't try. There was another part to that too, though. While FaZe were slow after coming off the balcony, Team 1 were even slower to respond to the balcony. And FaZe were coming in from other parts of the building, expecting Team 1 to be collapsing on Cocktail Balcony. But Team 1 wasn't because of their slow reaction, so they cleaned up FaZe as FaZe came in from other angles to try and clean up Team 1. That's hilarious. FaZe expecting a faster reaction time, and it cost them. At least that's how it seemed to me. Maybe I'm wrong. You know, I could always be reading this entirely incorrectly, but that's how it came off. It's a bottom floor kitchen defense now.
But you know what? I like the fact that they actually put it out there. It's the first time Amaru gets played in PL, if we remember correctly. Please feel free to correct us on this, but
5 seconds to
it would have definitely been something that would have been talked about, and we didn't see it anywhere. But that was very smart. Unfortunately, for FaZe Clan, it doesn't work. Now, as you say, it's kitchen defense. Team One are setting up with the Maestro. The Pulse is in play, so I'd assume that the Pulsar is going to be put on the top floor compared to kitchen. So you'll be seeing on mining. You'll be seeing pretty much around that area. Or usually there's someone maybe in support of him by the actual train position inside of the train itself.
Yeah.
It's a good spot to have him, but what is this monstrosity?
It's an M870 shotgun in coat check, luggage, whatever you want to call it. I don't know, like for that specific position, I can see it.
Yeah.
But it does mean that he's not going to have as much of a presence on the red hallway. So, and it's not as if the carbine is a bad gun for close range nuking people. Just not as quick, I guess, as the M870. Ion and FaZe trying to clear out the top floor. They got a Jackal to make that happen. It'll be good efficiency in all likelihood because of the Jackal. Great addition to the attacking lineup. It's also got smokes if you want to go for a smoke strategy. That will add 2 gridlock smokes. It is a downstairs hold again for T1. They have extended themselves in the main lobby and VIP and opened up the freezer.
Yeah, a lot of teams have been doing this actually recently.
We saw this in the last match.
Yep. You can do it where you force the attackers to vault in, which I think is a better strat than just opening it this way so you can walk in and out of it. But it really depends on what you'd like as Team One. If you want to be able to maneuver in and out of it yourself. Oh, there's the Electroclaw. It was set perfectly.
Yeah,
so,
well timed.
X-Kairos are down. That's at least one set there. Nitro Cell's out, unfortunately, not catching anyone from FaZe.
Yeah, that was a... The Electroclaw was well timed. The C4 not so much. But, you know, that's fine. I mean, you're still going to be able to deny the drop getting opened up, it looks like. Mav looks to want to try to maybe nade the Electroclaw. I guess if you time your nade perfectly, you could do that, but it's going to be so hard. And he gets it. Wow, that is just impressive stuff for Mav right there. Unfortunately for him, the second Electroclaw will get another X-Kairos set. He'll have to use his other nade to get the second Electroclaw, and then it's the last X-Kairos to open up the drop down. But he uses the nade to actually try and get the Kaid, meaning he won't be able to get that second Electroclaw, so the drop down will remain electrocuted and won't get opened. However, FaZe has gotten the first kill for the round, and that does bode well for them.
Yeah, it takes off a Nitro Cell. Unfortunately, what doesn't help them is the lack of time. We're at 33 seconds left just because the entire stall from FaZe was just trying to open up that hatch. Luka right now is doing work with the shotgun. He's actually put himself up in the red hallway here. It's going to be taken out, but Yuna has entered the site somehow. There's Felipox going to find one on Yuna. As Ion has shot down falls. It leaves Felipox the last man alive. No Nitro Cells that was used previously to attack players up in dining. And Kai is going to fall down. You might have that fancy get up, but it's time to go down.
So, thus far, we have had an on-par match with the last one. Specifically, what we're seeing here is the one attacking round success going to FaZe. But it went to FaZe pretty early. It took, let me see, this is the same pace that we had in match number 1, where Elevate managed to win first round, Liquid won second, and then it was just Elevate 4 rounds in a row. So, according to that script, I mean, that mold that has been set, well, we might be able to see the same exact thing happen here. So, 4 rounds in a row for Team 1 if it plays out identically. And I would be surprised if it were to do that, considering Kafe Thatcher ban. Did I just notice we have the same texture on our cases?
Yeah, you don't have the same brand, right? But you're running the carbon fiber skin on it. Yeah, it's pretty good. You know, I still have another one that comes by default. That's like a how do you say, like a not a plastic one, but like a
grippy,
gel thing.
Oh,
but yeah, fiber's the way to go.
I broke my last phone. And
did you?
Yeah, I broke my last phone, and I was like, you know, I'm getting a case finally.
You know, I got this just a bit over 2 years ago when I started like working on the project right before going to.
I remember when you got it. Yeah.
Yeah, but at SI 2018, literally 2 weeks after I had bought it, it drops as I was sitting down next to someone. I don't remember who it is from the community. And it drops in the stands, and it hits the top of it, and literally the only thing that doesn't work is one pixel that turns blue every now and then.
That's weird.
Has been there for 2 years.
Well, I mean, that's pretty good durability for a phone.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I wouldn't be disappointed with that. But then you got the case right after, I assume? Or do you already
Oh,
have
I got the case then, so the case really protected me.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's a nice save.
5 cases.
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't have to be a really thick one, but, you know, for sure.
By the way, maybe branded by a team?
Yeah, why not? I mean, I think a lot of these guys, a lot of these teams have phone cases in their merch stores or something along those lines, but I'm not really sure. I haven't checked out their merch stores in a long time. I assume FaZe must, right?
FaZe would, like,
do they not
tell you anything.
Well, I don't know about that. I wouldn't go that far, but I'm sure they do have a phone case. Anyway, we're into this round now.
Yeah.
Minute used up. Pretty much the only thing that's happened is the attackers got to the roof. I always talk about this. You know, 1 minute is kind of slow to get to the roof. 45 seconds is, you know, mediocre. And then anything slower is, like, really, really fast. It took FaZe about 45, I'd say, to get set up. So they were right smack dab in the middle there. C4 coming up from Rise, and he's actually just going to place it and then wait. That's smart. Fellafox will also get Astro elsewhere.
So I believe that was the entry of the Ash upstairs in piano.
Yes.
As he got shot down, that allows the Pulse to kind of just stay back and wait. And he's going to try to time it. And unfortunately, it was mistimed. This Ion is on the vault here inside of Cigar. Just going to be watching down the hatch. Not finding anyone. There's one smoke just going to be used, maybe to cover his cross. There's a lot of holes opened right below him. If he tries to walk, that Pulse is going to be ready for him.
Slow take is the name of the game here for Kafe. C4 goes out, misses from Lukid. The peek also misses, as Ion won't. Nice shots there from Ion. Peeking into the site, he'll get a second onto Fellafox, who was playing in back bar storage. Mav will add to that as he gets Rise. It's all on Rayduct and Falls, the last two defenders. This is looking very different from the last match we had. Rayduct now spraying wildly down the white hallway, but he's not able to get anything. There's someone on Repel behind him. So much to challenge here for Rayduct, but he will get one at least before rotating over to the red stairs. He's going to be pretty slow on this rotate, considering he's got a 3 armor in Mira. No C4 to deny that plant. He's going to have to retake the site from the rotation. oNe was just faking out, expecting there to be a C4 from Rayduct, but that's actually just going to give the Mira more time to rotate and get a better position. Cover from above in the nade will result in Rayduct's death at the hands of Mav. And FaZe will get their second attack round. And that is the that is the 4th attack round we've seen successful on this map today after 2 matches.
Yeah. And this is, the past 2 rounds literally double the amount of times that this has been won. So
yeah, he took all of the last match's attack wins and you put them in 2 rounds there. Bam, done.
Maybe those will be the only ones that we see this entire game. Who knows? FaZe have definitely been pulling out some rabbits from their hats. So I wouldn't be surprised. We saw more of the shenanigans as we went on, but Team oNe are going to bring out the Goyo. They had the ability to go for that Mozzie, combine it with something else, but they're going to stick to that with a castle on a bar defense. I'm really interested in this because this requires a lot. This has a lot of moving parts to it. And moving parts, even though they actually don't really move. But
the volcanoes.
Exactly, the volcans and those castle barricades are very important. Shields are going to be extra special for this one, holding on to White Hallway and preventing FaZe from just taking control of Piano too early.
Yeah, they'll slow down the take for sure, quite a lot. I'm a little bit worried right now, Gassan.
Why?
Because the rock, paper, scissors predicted that T1 would win this. And they're losing right now on defense.
Still on round 4.
I know it's only round 4, but I'm getting worried. Because honestly, all of these rounds have been really, like, even the round that FaZe lost, they were close to winning.
Look, man, Team oNe have 1 round on defense. It's very possible that this game is the complete opposite of the last one.
Attacker-sided. Do you think attacker-sided?
Exactly.
Even though, like, so little has changed. I don't know, maybe. Maybe. If you're right, then boy, is this a roller coaster day. So False is going to be doing the same thing with the shield and the castle barricade to try and play inside of Scar. Check out that 6 Invitational 2020 skin right there. You know how you get that?
Get it. How do you get it?
You get that through the Battle Pass, guys. Ooh. Yeah, and if you purchase the Premium Battle Pass, or even if you unlock tiers, the profits from that, part of it contributes to the 6 invitational prize pool.
And guess what? If you have the Year 4 pass, that's 30% off plus 30% more battle points that make it easier for you to grind through the skins.
Yeah, and again, all of that money, all you're spending on that, well, not all of it, but, you know, was it 30%? They said 30%? Yeah. That contributes, again, to the competition of Rainbow Six Siege. So you really can't go wrong with contributing, especially if you're the sort of person who's going to be, playing Siege and watching this.
You know, you want Mav to have a fat paycheck at the end of the day? Go for it.
Mav wants it too.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
Put in years of effort to get here. He's been playing since the beginning. You got to reward Mav, dude. Specifically Mav, no one else.
No one else.
Literally not a single other pro league, but just Mav.
Well, there you go. You see Mav upstairs, and as you were talking about, FaZe are kind of taking their sweet time when it comes to controlling that rooftop and then converging down onto piano off of it. They have to deal with castle barricades. They have to deal with the... Oh, this is just to clear with any ADS that's set, in like a crazy way to destroy them.
There wasn't one, but,
in case.
And that's going to be the castle barricade open, but it was a little bit late. The player in Cigar had already rotated. And surprised that Falls got out of there. I guess nobody was swinging on the skylight or something. But, yeah, he's out. Scot-free. No damage taken. And only a minute left for FaZe to execute onto the site now. Evil Eye doing some work here onto Astro, who's on low HP now. Astro spraying towards Cocktail, but he's going to die to that Evil Eye if he doesn't find where it is and destroy it. Looks like it's the one in... Yeah, it's the one in sight using these tiny little holes here to zap him from afar. That's hilarious.
I mean, might as well use it, right? There's no Thatcher to delete that Evil Eye. Astro's going to take a lot of damage here.
If he can kill Astro before Astro hits that Evil Eye with an Ash charge. Oh, no, he doesn't have any.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, no.
Try to use some in the castle barricade, and Luke put himself in a pretty darn sweet position. There's nobody on the skylight right now for FaZe to deal with that Jaeger in the position that he is, and the Evil Eye just off the corner is going to spot players walking inside of the freezer. Falls will find one kill and rise with the other, thanks to the Goyo there, but Falls drops one more. Yuna down with the diffuser in the white hallway. Cameraman is last alive, and Team 1 going to be able to recover and grab a second round. Beautiful play there from Team 1, all thanks to expending utility because of the castle barricade, plus having the Jaeger, plus, of course, the Goyo in the end. Everything lining up correctly. Because you're not playing a Zofia and an Ashe, you're limited.
Yeah, the little bit of extra soft destruction would have helped there with the Evil Eyes, that's for sure. Then again, FaZe kind of just rushed their heads into a lot of barbed wire there. And I don't mean that in a literal sense. I mean, I guess the defense was set up and arrayed in a way that all they needed to do was wait out the round and just win the gunfights. And they had so many crossfires that losing those gunfights would have been difficult. So good job to Team 1 setting themselves up correctly. FaZe didn't have a lot really going for them to execute correctly. I don't think they were really focused on the objective either. It didn't seem like they were. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I missed that part. But it just seemed like FaZe was like, we gotta kill them all. We gotta take Cocktail. Rush, right? They did have smokes, and they could have just maybe tried for a plant while they were all rushing in. I'm not sure. Maybe, again, it's possible I missed that part. I don't know. You don't see everything on the screen sometimes over here. So, yeah. The team fight went the way of Team 1. The rush in through the White Hall didn't work out for FaZe Clan. The utility usage there for FaZe, again, was pretty poor. And the Maestro Evil Eyes were doing a lot of work throughout that round for Team 1. So, we will move off of the top floor to reading. See if Team 1 can hold this. They haven't managed to hold reading successfully yet. So it would be new if they pull that off.
So there's getting the combination. Finally get to see it in our 2 games on Kafe today. Actually, let me check. Can we actually get more Kafe games?
Please no. Like it'd be
no, we can.
We can, yeah. I mean, like, but I'm saying that. Please no. Rise doesn't know that a window's being opened up to his left. He didn't even check, which means that if Cameraman had peeked it, that would have been the freest kill of Cameraman's career. Oh, he's still not checked it. Oh no, he's not exposed. Okay, I stand corrected. He can be shot actually, though. He's not fully exposed, but he can be shot there.
Oh, there's the Jackal being brought in. Smoke grenades weren't really that effective, but since you have both the Gridlock and the Jackal, you get 4 smoke grenades. That's quite a bit.
We don't really see FaZe use them all that well.
Yeah, in the last round they used him, but they didn't really check where the Jaeger was. So he had put himself where now you see the ADSs in the previous round.
Yeah, those 2 ADSs, that's where Jaeger was.
Yep, and there's a lot to cover him. So overall, it worked well because of that repositioning, something that Team One were very good at. FaZe, they have a lot of utility for it.
Such an odd spot that Rise is trying to play there. I mean, he could definitely pressure the red stairs, maybe even run out. But it's still kind of, like I said, just an odd spot. Luka trying to hold on to White Hallway. Ion's going to get a better angle on the player who's trying to challenge White Hallway from the bathroom than he would have from just challenging the door.
Oh, there's a
lot of ADSs.
Yeah, he caught one of the breach charges. The reason why you see the Jackal getting on and off of his utility is just to check if there's somebody that passed through that hallway. Luka gets one, but FaZe follow suit with 2 kills of their own. Popo is going to get shot from the side of Yuna. And there's the opening that you want. There might be goo mines everywhere, as you can tell by looking at Radok's heads-up display. But Rise still has a Nitro Cell, and there's something to be said about the plant denial possibilities. There's a lot of time still left for FaZe Clan. 50 seconds is a ton with their advantage.
Rise loses some HP there, and I say some, I mean most. He's trying to challenge onto the Ash of Astro. C4 goes up, and it goes wide. Nothing gained from that. Radux pushing back upstairs, sees one opponent. He's the last defender left, so he's going to have to make some serious magic happen here, but he'll see Mab above and finish him off. See one below and get the down. Astro on the floor. It's Yuna and Cameraman in the 2 versus 1.
He's got impacts.
Does have 2 impacts. He could secure the kill, but I don't think he's aware that he actually got the down. He will see the blood trail there, which will alert him. Oh, there's the impact, but it misses, and the second one does too. A huge blunder, and he's not going to check behind him. Sprayed down by Cameraman. FaZe will take their 3rd attack. That was a very winnable situation for Rise, but he did not come through.
I mean, he could see the players that are picking one another up, so if he had the impact, he could have thrown it down through the hole that had already been opened up.
He rushed himself. He could have shot the railing, and then he would have been able to get a better impact angle, and he would have gotten probably 2 kills there. I think the Habana was on low HP. A double impact would have killed both of them.
If I'm not mistaken, they were inside of the room as they were out of reading.
They were out. They were outside. Well, they were in the building. They were in pillars.
Okay.
But they weren't in the reading, no, because he would have seen them from the top-down bit.
He just wasn't sure where that gridlock was, and had he put a goo mine right behind them to cover the white stairs, then that would have worked. But again, hindsight is always 20/20. You look back at this and like, oh, these small changes might have ended an entire different round if they just clicked the heads. In this case, it was just a bit rushed because of the pressure and the stress of the moment. It happens. 2 rounds already is a decent start here for Team One. They'll be going down to Kitchen. They're able to defeat FaZe Clan a few rounds ago. I believe it was something like 3 rounds ago. And what will FaZe do? They're going to bring that Ashen Zofia. There you go, as expected.
Right now, we know that FaZe is slotted to win this. Up 3 rounds on attack of Kafe. Yeah, even if FaZe doesn't win this last round of the first half, they should be able to just win it out in the end. So I guess rock, paper, scissors is not an effective prediction strategy, Gasam? Yeah? Maybe?
I mean, not yet.
We're not guaranteed. Yeah, not yet. We don't know yet. It looks that way.
Don't disrespect the randomness.
We know that. So we now know that coin flips are an accurate way to predict matches.
That's very true.
But we don't know about rock, paper, scissors. We're experimenting with that one. It's still just a theory.
I mean, you start off. That's
eSports theory.
It's just a theory, an eSports theory. There's references that many people will be getting right now, but yeah, I mean, this is how science works, right? As someone who had a thesis completely over genuine research, I can tell you that's exactly how you science.
Exactly. There you go. All right, we're learning new things, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Magic Bus, where Gassan will be teaching us everything. I don't know. I didn't actually watch any of that.
Really?
No, I didn't. I don't know anything about it.
I've had a bit of a nostalgia trip and just rewatching SpongeBob recently. It's amazing.
Really?
Yes, it's completely worth it.
Can't blame you. Especially the early seasons. Now, Astro going wide and will get reducked as he attempts to retreat. So, an early kill for FaZe. That is a good sign if you're a FaZe fan. This is a basement defense, but it's a delay tactic strategy for Team One. They're trying to slow down FaZe as much as possible, and they are trying in vain, unsuccessfully. You know, it's not going well.
Ooh, unfortunate there for Falls. He keeps on springing through the wall. He's going to have to drop. Unfortunately for Team 1 as well, they don't have that cut that they were so happy with a few rounds ago, and they could trick that hatch for until Kingdom Come, basically. But it allows FaZe to be given an extra angle. They can use that later on in the round. The Mira is in place, so you'll see those windows that are placed here and there. They're going to provide a lot of information and Overwatch potential for Team 1. But right now what FaZe are really focused on is trying to break open lines of sight, and I would assume at least lines of sight through these floorboards. But I can't really see where... Ah, there we go. So they're trying to use some of that utility, but they're going to need breaching charges for this one.
Nope. No real progress after that initial kill from FaZe. Of course, they got those two top floors, and they started opening up above, but they're going to run out of time if they're not careful. Looks like FaZe wants to rush in through the freezer. That's why they're opening up around it. They have determined that the window is clear, so they don't need to worry about that. That's thanks to Mavs making holes above the window. Nade goes in towards prep, I believe. They'll have to check the B site. That's what the flashes are for. And here comes the drop. Yuna with the diffuser. The rush going in. B, the challenge point here again. Fall's really the linchpin of this round for T1. He gets 2 and 1 confirmed kill, but 1 downed. There's the confirm finally. And it's a cleanup here for Team 1. They will take the last round of the first half. And we'll see a 3-3 going into half number 2.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's
that hatch.
It's all right.
Expected that hatch would be a big point of contention as we saw earlier. And indeed it was. The fact that the Mira was able to kind of lock everybody down, the high rate of fire really just shreds through people. You down one, you take out the other. It's only a matter of time before the entirety of the attacking team is shredded down to pieces. That's the 3-3 at the half, as you just said. Team 1, what will they bring now on the attack? Looks like that Nomad Gridlock combination that we talked about. FaZe won't go for the Goyo this time around, as we saw the Goyo castle set up from Team 1. They'll be bringing the castle himself as they're going for that bar defense. Excuse me. Even though it's bar, castle has been played pretty frequently on this site, and it's really just to allow you to waste a lot of time inside of Cigar. I think that's the main point of contention, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well, Cigar is I think it's like the slowdown tactics, you know, for the most part. It doesn't have to be held, and I don't even know if FaZe is going to do that this round, even though they have the castle. It's possible. They are mostly just putting up the castle barricades on windows and such. Windows and doors. Oh, it's a mirror window strategy. Oh, yeah, you know, these are... You don't see these every day. The way that FaZe is setting it up, they've got 1 mirror window in bathroom, a castle barricade to support that. In fact, 2 castle barricades to support that mirror window. So it's going to be harder for the enemy to nade the mirror as he plays on the window. The second mirror window going by Cocktail.
This is the olden strategy of running this, basically. FaZe are...
It's a throwback.
It's like recycling an old strategy that worked very well back in the day.
It's not fully old, though, because the mirror window by Cocktail, that's you know, post Kafe rework.
Yeah.
And post Kafe rework, that was when the mirror was out of the meta already.
So Mav's running the Clyden this time, and you can see that both of his Electro Claws are out and about. That's a suppressor on the vector.
No. See, I made this mistake too. That's the extended
barrel. Does it actually look like...
They're identical. Like, what? The suppressor's a little bit shorter. The extended barrel's a little bit longer, I think. This was explained to me in very thorough detail. But yeah, listen to the sound it makes. You'll hear it when he shoots next. It sounds like a normal gun. If it sounds like a suppressed gun, it's the suppressor. If it sounds normal, it's the extended. You can't tell until you hear him shoot. But I'm pretty sure that one's the extended.
Yeah, that is.
It's the extended, yeah. I know. It looks exactly like a suppressor. I mean, why is it?
I gotcha there, Caster.
What's the extra space on that for if not to dissipate the sound? I don't understand.
It's to extend the barrel. I mean, technically suppressors extend the barrel, right?
No, yeah, but
this one just has those like bearings removed from the suppressor itself.
The way the suppressors have is like they have these gaps, right? And that's why they need to be large. The gaps that absorb all the sound and the explosion that comes out the front of the barrel, right? So, but why would an extended barrel need that? Because they don't have the gaps. That's why it's just a little tube, because it's just the barrel. It doesn't need gaps. What are the gaps for? I don't understand. I'm sure some gun expert is listening to me rant right now.
Actually,
But I don't know. It looks so confusing. That's one down there for Ion. He's going for a second, and he'll get it. Nope, Mav, correction, is the one to get it. Astro will finish off one of those players as well. But Lukin's going to be able to pick himself up because he's Zofia, and he can do that. Yuna will take him down, though. Astro on the falls, and it's all on Rayduct in a 1v5. He'll get one, who attempts to drop shot. That's Astro. Only 25 HP, though, and he's not going to get any further. FaZe will take the first defense.
Unfortunate there from Team 1 as FaZe immediately collapse on them. And you have the utility for everything. It's just what Team 1, I think, brought for this round was to deal with any roam play. However, none of that was even planned. And it turns out that what actually FaZe want to do is turtle even harder. So you end up losing on that soft breach utility of the sledge, of the Ash-Zofia combination. None of that's there. And that's really the big loss. Clash is going to be picked here, but 6th picked off to that Pulse Reading Room. Fireplace will be our site. So,
yay, Reading Room!
Wee!
Woo!
So, makes sense. You bring the dock, you can play upstairs. No Maestro, unfortunately, which is always a good pick, pretty much regardless of the site.
I gotta say, FaZe are innovating more than any other team today.
Yeah.
I'm really happy to see that because they're showing us new stuff like all the time. Whether it be the mirror window setups they have on defense, the Amaru strategy that they pulled off on Cocktail. Granted, it did not work, but it came close to. And trying to, bring about change on something as stale as Kafe attack defense is awesome to see. So props to FaZe for that. I don't know if their innovation is what's causing them to win right now, but honestly, it might just be their superb play on a kind of an individual level and a teamwork level. They're clearing out efficiently on attack, and they were getting they were winning most of their gunfights. Now on defense, I mean, they're just completely locking out Team 1. But what I do know is, again, FaZe, they're winning, and that's all that really matters in the end, I suppose. Cameraman looking for a run out. He's got a prep window there on the east balcony, but there's nobody on Team 1 over by that side. They're mainly focused on piano, it seems. So they're going to try and clear out from above. Standard fare here from Team 1, nothing surprising. Very efficiently getting to the roof, I got to say.
Get in around the 30-ish second mark, and they already have their drones in.
And for those of you wondering why we're even talking about that, I like to bring that up a lot. I know it's a weird, you might be wondering, why is that even relevant? This game is so pivotal, or so it pivots so much around time, and time is so pivotal is what I meant to say earlier. Both true, same thing. So when you take 30 seconds versus a minute to get to the roof, like that's a really big difference maker. And it comes down partially to your opponent. Sometimes the defenders will spawn peek a lot, and you'll have to slow down. Because you have to check windows, you have to be careful. But when nobody's peeking anything and you know you're safe, then yeah, you can just rush up there, make it there in 30 seconds. And that saves you a lot of time and gives you a lot more freedom to execute later in the round.
Drone is doing a lot of work there from Team 1. It's giving info on the dock of Yuna, who has actually boosted himself right now with some extra HP, as you can tell from the heads-up display. Grenade will connect from Falls on a Mav. There's the laws of the Pulse with no Nitro Cell available. X-Kairos are set all over the wall, and will the Mute Jammer actually be destroyed? Yes, well done by Falls. Good teamwork there between the Buck and the Habana, and this should mean that reading will be open. Astro will have to put himself inside of the freezer to contest this sort of plant. This is coming in from the pillar's wall. And there's already the Mira inside who is spotted. Nitro Cell is going to sail over and won't connect as it hit right the edge of the reinforcement. Double flashbang into the Mira. As Felipox will continue to drone inside. Rise will take a lot of damage though. Was that a drop? Yes, it was. The Doc already got one, but falls on the refrag. Yuna's out. Mira still firing outside into pillars as the diffuser's on the floor, and there's Zofia using any bit of utility as possible. There's the position I was talking about in Freezer from Astro, and Nomad's going to walk right next to him. This might come back and bite against him. They're both going to be separating and spreading all around the site. It was right next to you. Reducto finds the opening. That's Cameraman down. Astro feels hopeless right now as the Nomad charge is going to throw him all the way down to Brown Stairs. That's all the way down to Brown Town. And Astro gets suicided off of the face of the map. I haven't seen that in Pro League.
I've never seen that. Yeah, that's really cool, actually.
Cameraman can't believe it.
I gotta know exactly where that air jab was because I need to use that. I'm going to go into a custom game after this. Right when I get home, I'm going into a custom game. I'm going to get a friend in there, and we're going to find out where that air jab was, because that is the coolest air jab.
Honestly.
Like, it launches you you go 2 floors down. From the top to the bottom.
From the top, what is it? From the top rope.
I don't know that.
Like a wrestling thing.
I never watched wrestling. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
You didn't miss out on much. Nowadays, not really much.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like...
Everyone raves about that stuff.
Yeah, but like 15 years ago was a big deal.
Oh, okay.
10, 15 years ago.
I was a kid. Here it is again,
There's the
by the
replay.
way. Let's see if we can see the air jab.
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't see it. Okay, it locks onto where it was. It was to the top left of the doorway, guys. Top left of the doorway.
So he put it when he because the Nomad entered and moved around the bar, so he probably put it when
he put it
right under
He was
Skylight.
streaking from new balcony, underneath new drop.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, from the new balcony. Yeah, from the drop.
So we know where he put it down. And we know where it was from anyway. And we know where to put it now in the future. I think it was about the top left of the doorway. Again, I'm going to test it.
Watch out, everybody in ranked.
I'll tweet out the exact location when I find it later today. We'll see. I don't know if it's going to be something that you can repeat every time. I mean, it probably has something to do with the exact way you come through the doorway. But if it is possible to get like a specific angle that can be repeated, then oh boy, is that going to be fun to mess around with. Every time you just get a kill every time someone peeks on that balcony. Nomad top floor Kafe is going to be a trend now. Oh boy. So 4-4, even round count, and well, FaZe are still looking pretty solid, but that last round was not great.
It's pretty rough.
Yeah, Team 1
It was a rough landing.
Yeah, Team 1 did a good job of getting the mute jammer despite the Thatcher being banned. That was on falls. You noted it when it was happening. And I think that was probably one of the most important parts of the round is he got that mute jammer. He opened up the wall. He allowed the wall to get opened up.
I think FaZe failed to do that same thing when they were on the attacking side. There was still the mute jammer there.
It might have been last match.
I'm not sure if it was last match or this one. 2 Kafes in a row really kind of blend into one another.
They do kind of blur.
So there's the shotgun brought out by Mav on the pulse. Not sure if he did so as well in the previous round. I don't know if he caught him. He got pretty much taken down, so we didn't really get to see what he was bringing. But yeah, here we are. Falls right now is going to destroy as much of the floorboard as humanly possible. He probably would have just seen the top of one player's heads as Ion's going to spot the Zofia there, turning around, destroying the drone. You can tell there's at least one drone that's always being picked up by the Mozzie. Nitro Cell will sail, and Mav will not connect with anything.
Oh, no.
Yeah, even then, there was an indestructible floor pretty much in between.
To be fair, it's kind of an odd spot to have an indestructible floor. It's not really on Mav. He knows something now. He learned a lesson.
Yuna's down. Fall is going to be able to do a decent chunk of damage with a minute 5 left. Definitely gives you a lot of flexibility throughout the round. TCSG as one more Nitro Cell will fly out. There's quite a few of them, even though Yuna has perished. They can time this one correctly. I believe that's the buck here.
So close, man. Let's see if it happens.
They're all pre-placed.
Oh, the timing is off there. Bad call, bad call. The C4 detonates, and it's too far to the west. As, well, there's one more left, Maestro. So that might come out. But Team 1 are starting to rack up their man advantage, so it might be too little too late here from FaZe, even if they do get a C4 at this point. Ray ducked inside a bakery, trying to apply some pressure using the open mirror window. That's big. Mirror window's open because it had been shot from above. And now Team 1 are starting to rush their way in through bakery. Fellapox will get Astro. Ion has retaken upstairs, and he'll get Falls, who had still been playing above, trying to deny the plant, using the open holes. He might be able to pull that off, actually. Fellapox is in default spot, and he's down right as he's planting. Only 4 seconds left in the round. The plant has to go down from Lucan now. Rise will get one, but Mav will respond. It's all on Mav, though, to deny it once more. But he can't find the planter. Oh, too late. He'll get his second kill for the round, but now he has to clutch in the 1v2 post-plant with a shotgun on Pulse. It's doable, but not easy. No C4 to aid him either. He's going to have to get his way downstairs. The tracks are making that difficult. He'll lose 10 HP there on that stemp. Vaults through the railing. Pistol out. Spray's coming at a long angle. Almost unwinnable there, and Team 1 will take another round. That's 5-4 now, Team 1, and
all hail.
Rock, paper, scissors. We're not there yet. We're one round out. It's too early.
Who knows?
It's too early.
Won't call it.
Yeah, but we're getting there. Oh, boy. What a day.
Honestly, it got close. I mean, honestly, it got super close. The fact that they were still able to find the first planter was great. It was so close to being a FaZe Clan victory, but then Mav, he couldn't really find exactly where they had shifted to. Usually, if you're looking from Mav perspective, you'd expect the plant to go from the center of that kitchen to
maybe the other
more
side,
towards the left side,
or towards the left side. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it went over towards
his right side.
Yeah, well, his right, their left.
Yeah,
and yeah, I don't know. It was definitely an odd situation with that plant.
It's unfortunate.
Mav not checking the right spot. Surprised he missed it, but he was preoccupied with an engagement. We didn't actually see that engagement, but we know he was because we saw him get a kill in the kill feed. He refragged his teammate who had died earlier upstairs.
I think he got a gridlock, I believe, upstairs. I'm not sure.
He got somebody, but he refragged his teammate. And yeah, if it weren't for that engagement, I think Mav would have had more time to look for the planter. But one away from match point for Team 1. It's dangerous territory for FaZe. Oh, I can see what he's trying to do there. He's close. He just needs to get it on the wrong side, a little bit to the right there. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go, man.
It's basically hidden in the center, and it makes it a bit more difficult to nade. It's because the nade will catch the edge of the soft wall.
FaZe is teaching people so many things right now.
Oh, there are so many things also to discover.
Yeah, FaZe is teaching layers of strategy to everybody watching.
There's so many things that you can learn if you want to be sneaky with these like half-destroyed walls with like pests or with Wamai as well. There's still a lot of things in the game that haven't been figured out, so shh, don't tell anyone.
I gotta try that extended barrel, man.
Seems to be the play.
Everyone's using it. I've seen most pros using the extended barrel.
I could already tell the questions on your stream. Hey, Kickstarter, why are you using the suppressor? It's not the suppressor.
I'm not using a suppressor. Listen, shoot, and then yeah, it's, basically. And then someone asks me 5 minutes later, Kickstarter, why are you using a suppressor? Yeah, I know you're right. Because you get that with, like, even if I switched, like, from compensator to flash or from flash to muzzle, from muzzle to extended, it doesn't matter. The questions come out in abundance. It's weird.
There's Ion on the first one, so clear case for the extended barrel there, as Red Oct will be the first one to get launched off of the map. There's all these gizmots that are being thrown into Ion. Double, 2 of them to lock him into position. Unfortunately, the grenades sail right next to the Mira. It at least forces Ion out of position. But I wonder how Team 1 are going to deal with that Electro Claw on the freezer wall.
Mirror windows opened up. Team 1 have used a lot of utility on that, though, so that's not the end of the world for FaZe. And because FaZe got a man out of this and didn't lose anyone themselves, I'd say that's an overall win on the roam there. If you can call it that, the bathroom presence, I would say. And they managed to get everyone to fall back before it cost FaZe anything. Maestro trying to flank, using the old and the new. He's got that old invitational charm. Like that gold circle thing. That's the very first invitational charm, and it's for pros only.
OG.
Yeah, it's the true mark of the OG. Respect your OGs. Sorry.
It doesn't have a spot named after him, but yes.
The smoke's coming out here from Team 1. Good coverage, and that's going to allow Rise to go in for a plant. The question is, will the C4s land on that planter? It doesn't seem like anyone's even trying. Yuna's the closest, but no, it's going to be post-plant for Team 1. They let it happen. Astro flanking from the red stairs, and he'll get one, but it doesn't really matter. If there's somebody on the roof for the attack, then this is almost unwinnable for FaZe. Felopoc's going to make it even harder, and yes, indeed, he's on the roof. Rise will get one from inside a piano. It's all down to 3 more FaZe members, but they have to challenge somebody on the skylight in this post-plant. That is almost unwinnable for FaZe. They're going to all attempt it, lose 1 in the process to Lukid in piano, 2 to Lukid in piano before Lukid finally gets down from Yuna. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, though, is a match point for Team 1. There is nothing Yuna can do to win this round. A nice effort, but not nice enough. And yeah, no, truly at this point, all hail the rock, paper, scissors.
I told you, man. I told you.
Oh, so the coin flip has been right. The rock, paper, scissors has been right. What do we do next? What do we do for the next match?
I don't know. People chat. I know you have a lot of ideas. Please feel free to tweet at us at Kickstart TV, at Milos the Medic, at EFL Rainbow Six.
What do we do next?
Tell us what are other scientific methods. We're trying to break things down. I know Marie Curie right now is rolling in her grave as she hears us using these sorts of lines and sentences to explain this methodology.
I don't get that reference. Is that like a scientist?
She is like a very
really
important,
famous scientist.
Yes.
Did she invent the scientific method?
She was part of the scientific method,
Pioneer.
Specifically when it comes to radioactivity.
Okay, well, I did not at all get that reference.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone did. There's probably like 3 people in the chat. They're like, I appreciate you, Milos. I got that one.
Look, we had the radioactive cycle in high school. That was I love those classes.
I was more partial to history, and yet, funnily, I don't remember this part of history. I don't know, man.
Yeah, you played yourself. Congratulations.
Well, I don't, though. All right. So, okay, FaZe, in an attempt to bring this to a draw, will be going to Reading for the next defense after losing top 4 and Kitchen and Reading 3 in a row. They're trying new stuff. They're keeping it moving.
We actually have those drawing balls that we used yesterday for the group stage draw. So maybe we can do that.
Okay, hang on. I got something though.
Okay.
So Chowderhead has been informing me about everything regarding, because he's big on he understands actual guns.
Sure, he's American.
Right. Wow. Anyway, he says the barrel is that large on this. We're talking about the suppressor extended barrel on the Vector. He says the barrel is that large because Chris, the company that makes the Vector, designed it to be a barrel shroud that fits the profile of the Vector and to allow for better heat dissipation for the barrel, as the rate of fire might warp the longer barrel. So there's a logical explanation to why the extended barrel looks the way it does on the Vector.
Nerd! Got him! You're listening to this one, Chowder?
Thank you, Chowder.
Thank you very much, Chowder. As usual.
That was the exact quote from the Chowderhead.
Yes. If only Chowder was that helpful when we were playing. He's not that helpful when we're in game.
You play with him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There you go. He just called you bad, Chowder. How does that feel?
I think he already knows that. We kind of have the video footage to prove it. But here we are, video footage of what's happening in front of us right now in game. As cameraman will be the first one to find Felipox as Rise goes in for the refrag. Not sure what that was happening, as we kind of missed the POV of the assault. But Reduc will find one more onto Yuna, eliminating the Doc as he just boosted himself.
Oh my God. It's a 4 versus 3. Ion's trying desperately to deny the win outright here for Team 1 as he takes down Rise. But at this point, T1 has top 4 control. The only thing they don't have going for them is they don't have the diffuser in hand. So T1 will have to retrieve that as it was dropped outside, I believe, on the east balcony.
Yep, looks to be the case, and Lukit is the one in charge of that job.
He gets it. So that's good progress for Team 1. They're going to have to just outright win their gunfights, though. You got 3 C4s on the side of FaZe. We don't know how many are left, but we know that there is a possible maximum of 3. 1 used on the Pulse, not used on Astro. Only question now is Ion. We know that there's at least 1, possibly 2 for FaZe. That could be a huge factor as we get down to the last few seconds. There's 2, yeah. So FaZe, they've got a lot of denial in hand, which means they don't have to play in exposed positions in order to deny a plant. That is a really big factor when the plant time comes into play here for Team 1.
Yeah, and of course air jabs will be necessary, so having that Nomad pre-placing everything basically for the right time is super important. Lukit has already used up all of his utility here on the Zofia, so no more ways to crowd control and stun Ion. He's now being... No, that's the wrong grenade!
That's a bad grenade there from Falls.
Nitro Cell is going to be played by Ion. It's going to go out, but not hit. Falls will find 1 kill as Astro is taken down Reduc. Need to go for the plant. There's Nitro Cell, and it does not finish off Lukit. Astro, though, will take down Falls, and that's the round done. Lukit is trying to do his best Polish impression, but he ends up going down. FaZe Clan successfully defend Reading, and we're one round away from a second tie on the second map, which is the same one as the last one. That is close to ending up in the same way as it did before.
So,
all hail
the rock, paper, scissors. We're getting a pretty. I mean, okay. So just to be clear, technically speaking, rock, paper, scissors said that T1 would win it outright. So it's not done yet. right? But I gotta say, with a 79% community vote going for FaZe, if Team 1 draws it, I mean, technically Team 1 has already won. Okay? I want to be really clear on that point. Team 1 has already won this match
basically
by their standards because, and this is really important, I can't believe we haven't talked about this yet, Team 1 just got their very first point in Pro League.
Congratulations. Can we get an easy clap in chat? Feels birthday, man.
Yeah, they got their very first point today. So, you know, they're making it happen. Living the dream. And Team 1 could get 3 points if they win just this last round. That's all it's going to take.
And you know,
attack.
That would still be a positive thing for Liquid. If you're a Liquid fan right now, you're cheering for Team 1 until the cows come home.
Yeah, absolutely. Because Team 1 right now are so far behind the rest of the pack that even if Team 1 gets 1 point here, they're still really far behind. So really all they're doing is slowing down FaZe's progress. At least that's how it's going to be perceived. I think most people aren't going to be talking about T1's victory, though. As much as Team 1 have been playing really well through this match, they've had a lot better performance in this match than any of their other matches throughout the season. I think most people are going to be pointing finger at FaZe and saying, FaZe choked, FaZe through, FaZe played bad, FaZe. That's going to be the discussion. Obviously, you know it's going to happen in the community like that. And I feel kind of bad for Team 1, but you know what? If Team 1 picks it up, they keep pushing forward, then that'll stop. But one win right here like this is not going to be treated as Team 1, you know, making moves.
And you know what I like from both teams, but more specifically FaZe, is just the way that they're using their utility the whole time. You see it there with the Cloud, but you saw in their previous setups throughout this entire defense and how they were playing their attacking strategies. They're actually experimenting.
Yeah, we were talking about how FaZe is really coming up with some new stuff that's really interesting. But it hasn't allowed FaZe to win this. I mean, they can't win, right? It might get them a draw at best, but it's not ideal. Ooh, oNe, shotgun blast there, but poorly timed and poorly aimed. False has managed to slip into reading, and there's supposed to be cover there from oNe, but he wasn't covering because he was still setting up the site, still making holes on the floor, which means that False can do some damage here. He's got to be careful, though, as there's a lot of holes to check for False, and he could find himself exposed and finished off by either Mav or oNe. A lot is going to come down to who wins fights between these these sets of players down in reading and above in cocktail. Fellapox will get cameraman elsewhere, though. Second nade goes out, but the players stand. Oh, it goes through! oNe goes down to Falls, a well-placed nade. I didn't think that would connect considering oNe was standing on the bar. But it apparently does. Now Team 1 with 2-man advantage in the last round, angling for the match win.
Mav's watching from above, and you see all the track stingers that have been placed. I believe in the last round, Astro dove out of the window and was able to find the gridlock on the rappel, so you'll see the tracks that are being placed just to confirm the kill, no matter what happens. Nitro Cell in the hands of Mav, and he's ready to throw it, fling it wherever his opponents are coming from. Unfortunately, it does miss Fellapox, so he's going to be sticking up on the rappel, and the Jaeger's dropped. Astro's down. Ion and Mav, last two alive with 55 seconds. This is all going on Team 1's side, actually, but Mav is going to be able to find two, and Ion for a third. Finally, though, Mav's going to be stopped before his reign of terror can continue, but this does leave a weak meter.
Okay, he's going for Diffuser. I thought he was getting greed for the kill. It's all on Ion. 2 full HP attackers. If he can stop the repellent, he can stop the plant. With only 30 seconds, that's actually possible. Radux going to have to make some serious plays if he wants to get this. C4 in hand, and if he lands that on the window seal, it could get the kill. Here it goes, and it's a miss. It won't do anything. No kill onto Reduct, no down of Falls, nothing. 15 seconds left. There's the repellent, and there's the kill for Team 1. It's a 7-5. Team 1 take it. And all hail the rock, paper, scissors. Milish is doing a little dance. He's doing a little dance. Oh, boy.
All hail RNG.
Yeah, so we got coin flip right, we got rock, paper, scissors right. What are we doing next is the real question.
I think we have those, like, the balls that we use for the group stage.
We could just put a random team name in there.
Team 1. Yeah, we can just put the next two teams
in it. BD and Ince.
So we're gonna do that.
We'll go grab the balls and we'll get the